Exclusive new video tonight showing the moments leading up to an early morning shooting in the heart of the Garland District.
It is shocking to have this happen right here, right in front of my business.
Is sufficient to justify a fixed life sentence. And that is what I'm going to impose here.
Plus, a former Idaho State Police trooper sentenced to life in prison for murdering his wife.
We're tracking a few isolated thunderstorms up north and the chance of showers in the days to come.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
And I'm Whitney Ward. One man has died after an early morning shooting in the Garland District. And tonight we have obtained exclusive video of how that shooting unfolded.
We do want to warn our viewers that video you're about to see may be disturbing. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun joins us live in the Garland District right now. And Nathan, what have you learned?
Mark, Whitney, well, we do know now that one person is dead and another is in custody after the shooting this morning. I'm by Garland Avenue, which is near the scene of where the shooting took place. And we actually received surveillance video from a nearby business that shows the shooting and the moments leading up to it. The time is 5:28 in the morning on Garland Avenue between Post and Howard Street. You can see in the video a black SUV speeds in front of a silver truck and tries to cut it off. That's when both cars stop at the top of the screen. Both drivers come out of their cars, and in a matter of seconds, one of the drivers pulls out a gun and starts shooting at the other driver. Businesses in the area were startled by the shooting.
I've been here since, well, my dad bought this building in '79, so we've been here a long time. And no, we have never quite had this happen.
Bonnie Quinn is the owner of Quinn Advertising.
It is shocking to have this happen right here, right in front of my business.
The shooting happened on the same street of Quinn Advertising. In the video, you can see the man who shot the gun walks back and forth from his car and the victim. Police arrived 3 minutes after the first shots.
How do you even put in words when you see someone's life taken? And it's a senseless act of violence.
Spokane police say an interaction happened between the suspect and victim beginning at least a block from the scene. Fire and EMS responded to the scene, but police say despite life-saving measures, one man died on scene.
Around 5:30, I heard it went pop, 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 pop.
Jeffrey Smith lives in the Garland District and was near the shooting when it happened. He says he didn't expect to start his morning the way it did.
There was a lot of confusion at first, with all this commotion going on, people not really knowing what to do.
Caleb Carter was arrested and charged with second-degree murder. He is currently held in the Spokane County Jail. The road behind me did open up a little after noon. Major crimes and forensics were on scene investigating all morning long. And Spokane police do say that more information could be released at a later time. Live in Spokane, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.
Nathan, thank you. We want to take a pause from the headlines now. Take a first look at the forecast with our chief meteorologist, Jeremy Legoo.
Jeremy, all eyes on the Memorial Day weekend forecast, so no pressure, my friend.
I mean, maybe a little bit of pressure.
Just a little bit.
All right. I can work with it. Saturday, not looking great. Sunday, Monday, looking much better. You saw in Nathan's shot all of that sunshine there in Garland. A couple of ominous looking clouds over Coeur d'Alene and a little bit of wind. Right now, all of this goes along with some of those scattered showers off to the north. We've seen a pretty impressive band move through in areas off to the north. Deer Park, you're looking at some of that activity making its way into your neighborhood right now. Most of the convection, though, stays a little farther off to the north. Sandpoint seeing a storm move through. You're seeing a storm move just north of Newport. That thing is looking pretty impressive, and it's held together for some time. I think if you're living on Priest Lake, you've got a pretty good storm headed your way. Down to the south, another band of moisture moving along Highway 2, just south of it right there. Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, we're on the southern edge of some of this activity. Forecast models keep most of it right along that I-90 boundary. Do we see some? Maybe a little bit of light rain. I think all of those thunderstorms stay a little farther north. Tomorrow, chances of rain late. Saturday, it's a more widespread shot at rain and cooler temps, but things turn a corner come Sunday.
No parole. Dan Howard's going to die in prison.
Just this afternoon, a Kootenai County judge sentenced a former Idaho State Police trooper to life in prison for killing his wife 3 years ago.
A jury convicted Daniel Howard of second-degree murder and domestic battery back in March.
KREM 2's Amanda Rowley is joining us now live outside of the courtroom with more. Amanda?
Mark and Whitney, Kootenai County prosecutors say a second-degree murder conviction doesn't always lead to a life sentence, but that is exactly what happened in this courtroom today, all because the judge wanted to send a very clear message that this crime will not be tolerated.
Jealousy and greed. These are what prosecutors and the judge say motivated Daniel Howard to kill his wife Kendi and stage her death as a suicide.
You can take from the evidence that she fought for her life.
Howard took Kendi's life 3 years ago, and now he will spend the rest of his in prison.
Despite your efforts at the time to appear emotional and sad and distraught, it's clear to me that you're a remorseless killer.
Kendi's family told the judge they are haunted by what they could have done to protect her.
I struggle with guilt and I struggle with not knowing. I wish I could have convinced her to stay with me instead of going home that night. The fear on her face and in her voice when she told me about how she woke up with him standing over her will never leave me.
Kendi's daughter, Brooke Wilkins, says her mother never let anything get her down. That's why it's become important to her to keep a positive outlook going forward.
Nothing will fill the hole he has created. Nothing can fix or undo what he has done. But her name can be free. The thought that he can no longer have control over her name, her memory, and her spirit gives me a sense of peace.
Howard insists he is innocent and told the judge he loved his wife.
I'm not that monster, I assure you, that people portrayed me to be.
My office clearly feels otherwise we wouldn't have charged it.
Kootenai County Prosecutor Stanley Mortensen considers the life sentence the best possible outcome, one that Kendi's parents are happy with as well.
It's not going to bring her back, but
Relieved.
We're relieved
And
that he's not going to be released and be out there to hurt somebody else.
Now this time, Howard has 42 days to file an appeal, but at this point, we don't know. It's not clear whether or not he's going to pursue that. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene tonight, Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
All right, Amanda, thank you very much. Accused quadruple murderer Brian Koberger back in court in Latah County this afternoon. He is facing murder charges in the deaths of 4 University of Idaho students.
Brian Koberger's attorneys called a Moscow police detective to the stand today as part of their motion to compel prosecutors to release additional information and evidence in this case.
Questions focused on his work on reports in the case, specifically when it came to cell phone records.
Another hearing is set for next Thursday when more witnesses called by Koberger's lawyers will testify.
Another suspect has been arrested in a Coeur d'Alene shooting that happened back in April.
It happened near Highway 95 and Upriver Drive. 17-year-old Ashlyn Helmstrom is now being charged as an adult after allegedly getting out of his car, shooting and injuring another driver.
Helmstrom was arrested yesterday after the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office served a search warrant.
Deputies also arrested 18-year-old Devin Spring the night of the shooting. Both teens are facing multiple charges, including conspiracy to commit murder and aggravated battery.
All right, still ahead on KREM 2 News at 5 tonight, a former Riverside Elementary School employee facing federal child pornography charges. The latest details next.
Live Nation suffocates its competition using a variety of tactics.
And later on, the Department of Justice filing a lawsuit against Ticketmaster over an alleged monopoly. Those details and more coming up at 5:15.